The current time is 11:55. It's Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. This is a quick video to include the documentation relevant to the fake sun, which is evidence speaking to the totality of the pattern of conduct or targeting by a corrupt public entity is identified in the specific environment in combination with the behavioral pattern of that mentally ill entity. That is demonic conduct, which is designed to keep under surveillance an American citizen in violation of their human and constitutional rights, which is the criminal activity of the terrorist organization currently going under the name of the Ontario Police Department. This is P.O.C. that I documented this morning, and the entity is engaged in gang stalking at 215 East C Street, the OVITT Family Community Library, where I currently remain, subject to the same ceaseless pattern of conduct, which is revealing an unprecedented level of public corruption, which is embedded into society in the state of California. And the video that I'm capturing down here at the bottom, which is captured at 10:03 a.m., this is relevant to, this is a video that did cut short because of storage. And actually, it was because of my battery. And so this is why it died at 18 seconds, but this is to show you chronologically. I took the picture at 10:03 a.m. and 50 seconds. And this is when, again, the entity that's engaged in surveillance intentionally engages in the satanic pattern of conduct of crossing path. This is a ritual that demons are engaging in together. The demons that you see walking on foot, the demons who you see in vehicles, even the noise that you're listening to in the background, that these are demons who are monitoring. And this is relevant to the mental illness, which is what is manifested as impunity while you prosecute stalking by government in concert with the people of the state. In this video, the Ontario police decide to communicate an unlawful threat while they're keeping the evidence of their targeting an American citizen, that is myself, under surveillance, and they're doing it in the environment. This is literally the crime scene, where the sun would not be at the same address like it is, like I documented, and I will review that right now. I want to go through this video that I captured. 663, and this is federal prison. This is the impunity. They're going to federal prison. Stalking by helicopter all night and gang stalking while they're molesting with impossible light activity. License 1697636. The fake sun's remaining after 6 p.m. That's a Latino male, vehicle 1119. All right, and this is where the video, my battery dies, and this is showing just as a matter of chronology, and it's all uploaded to the Google Drive as well. You can look at every picture and video captured based on chronological order. And this is the video that I immediately took. The fake sun is over the library where the Ontario police are gang stalking in the same exact manner as the people of the state. This is speaking to the identical condition, which is relevant to mental illness, and the criminal activity, which is relevant to public corruption. And with regard to a corrupt law enforcement agency that's engaging in criminal surveillance, they have committed a series of kidnappings pursuant to targeting, and that is mandating federal prison. This is what the Ontario Police Department, that is shall be disbanded, is going to be criminally prosecuted for their targeting and conformity to a pattern of conduct and crossing path while the entity is engaging in what is this documented act of stalking with impossible light under a fake sun, which, by the way, I also documented this morning, which I will remind you about at 7 a.m. at the same venue. This is the same OVITT Family Community Library. The entity is keeping the fake sun as I'm documenting at 7:31 a.m. The Ontario police are gang stalking as a corrupt agency, intentionally engaging what is presenting a threat, while you are stalking as that agency, having a pattern of kidnapping and waging false allegations maliciously as a means to criminally defame, and furtherance of that criminal pattern, the intent to kidnap and murder as an entity. So this is relevant to the fake sun being over at 10:03 a.m. where the Ontario police are participating in what is a satanic ritual pursuant to stalking with impossible light, and they're doing so under the fake sun. This is the same OVITT Family Community Library at 7:31 a.m. this morning. Oops. Right, this is 215 East C Street. This is the fake sun that's in alignment with me as I'm walking from across the street. And this is a demon that's in custody of minor children while conspiring the murder of another person, of being a homosexual, while again living the life of what is ostensibly a heterosexual woman with children. She is stalking another woman. And this is in reference to the video documentation captured at the Chevron at 506 North Euclid Avenue. That's the woman that I'm referring to while she is monitoring across the street where I'm documenting at this venue, OVITT Family Community Library, a sunrise and a sunset, meaning the sun does not move from this address, which is what I captured also yesterday evening after 6 p.m. where the Ontario police
are intentionally engaging in practicing what is ritualistic conduct, which is threatening the life of an American citizen who is also documenting it, while they are engaged in gang stalking, referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring under a fake sun. The sun would not be at one address from sunrise until sunset. So that's what I'm referring to with regard to a woman that's engaging, while you're analyzing the behavior of women that are stalking women, women that are stalking women in restrooms, women that are living their lives as heterosexuals, but yet they are sexually obsessed with the genitalia of another, which is the entity's condition while they're engaging in this sexually violent pattern of conduct.
And she's monitoring. She's also mentally ill while she's engaged in what is stalking with light activity at the Chevron at 506 North Euclid Avenue, which, by the way, the entity has the fake sun at 7:20 a.m. yesterday at American Inn. The morning of waking up at American Inn, the fake sun is over my hotel room window along Euclid Avenue, and that fake sun remains stationary, which I capture again during the 11 a.m. hour. That's relevant also to understanding the targeting conduct and the mental illness shared by the entity that is gang stalking. It is also notable that that is a parking lot that's across the way from this OVITT Family Community Library. The same OVITT Family Community Library that will have this sun at the entrance as I walk in at 10 o'clock in the morning. This is the entity that is engaging in what is an unpersuasive and unintelligent and scientifically impossible illusion.
All right, and that's exactly what I captured at 10 o'clock in the morning, the same venue, 3 hours later, over my head, where the Ontario police are engaged in what is identified as stalking, a malicious pattern of conduct that is satanic in nature. In addition, the fake sun is remaining well after 10 a.m. This is what I tied together with this video documentation at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the same venue.
And not being strangers, keeping the fake sun over me, where the entity is indeed gang stalking. This is Southwest Airlines. This is the plane activity that's amplified inside of the library, maintaining serial flight while I'm inside of the venue. Southwest Airlines is hovering over the 280 North Lemon Apartments, tracking my steps, knowing exactly where I'm at, and that knowledge, the impossibility that the sun would be anywhere in San Diego today when I'm sure.
This is the maintenance of a light source in a manner that is incongruent with nature, common sense, and science. This is where the people of the state are engaged in targeting, and this is what you're referring to. The entity is not only present in this environment, the people of the state, that includes this third party that you see targeting, license 9M7P663, they're stalking in the path, and not just by presence in the environment, which is shown to be a scientific impossibility, that the sun would at 10 a.m., that the sun would at what is 7:31 a.m. Be present at the same address over the same person as well, or any combination of people, because this is not the characteristic of the sun. That's a constantly moving gaseous ball of fire, as opposed to a stationary idle object remaining adjacent to a building, whatever location at that building you are present at for over 11 to 12 hours. Not only are the people of the state, like this third party, documenting gang stalking in concert with the Ontario Police Department, engaging in terrorism and harassment, engaging in sexual violence, engaging in psychological torture together. They are engaging in a pattern of conduct which includes stalking with light. And this is relevant to what I'm documenting as a pattern as well. And I will show you what the entity is engaging in, what this demon of the Ontario Police Department is engaging in, and what the people of the state are doing while they are at the OVITT Family Community Library today, pacing at the C Street turn circle. Pacing is identified by the combined act of stalking with impossible light. That is light shooting out like a laser under what is an idle fake sun that's present until the end of the day. This is relevant to the character of everything that's happening in this engineered environment, and it is conducive to criminal surveillance. All right, this is the entity in this video below. It's the same location, the C Street turn circle, and it's occurring at 1:47 in the afternoon. And this is the people of the state that are engaged in terrorism by stalking with impossible light, which is psychological torture practiced as a whole population who are not strangers. And this is preceding what is murder that is committed by that entity. And the Ontario Police Department are sharing in that satanic pattern of conduct. And this is a series of kidnappings that this department has engaged in thus far in 2025, which mandates federal prison. All right, the Ontario police are gang stalking, engaging in this iteration of stalking with light that you'll see in this video.
Here you are. This is the state engaging in what I am speaking of. Repeated flying directly over. This is amplified audible activity, serves the purpose of massive monitoring. This is being in the path. All right, and this is just one. They are monitoring through all traffic. They come across here. That's amplified train. Audible activity, same as plane. This is crossing the path. Note the light activity. On no time, in no way, is ever light naturally going to be shooting across, just like you see. That's the state directing light.
All right, I want you to look at that again. That's entirely demonic. It's evidence of targeting. It's also your physical evidence of demon possession. The entity that is targeting with light is the entity that is gang stalking a specific person, not a stranger, and that is also proven through the maintenance of a fake sun. This is captured again December of 2020 at 1:47 p.m. And this is a person who I do not know who was targeting me with impossible light, which is a documented pattern by the population of gang stalkers who are together conspiring murder, and they're doing that with the Ontario Police, who shares in this is what the Ontario Police Department committed this morning while gang stalking in that police vehicle under that fake sun, having a pattern of kidnapping and criminally defaming me and waging malicious allegations in doing so, which is mandating not only disbanding but federal prison for those that are gang stalking that I've documented of the Ontario Police.
All right, and this is just one. They are monitoring through all traffic. They have come across here. That's amplified train, audible activity, same as a plane. This is crossing the path. Note the light activity. On no time, in no way, is ever light naturally.
Okay, that's impossible light activity. Look at that one more time.
In no way is ever light naturally.
Okay, I want you to see that one more time.
Note the light activity. On no time, in no way, is ever light naturally going to.
That is a demon. That's a demon that's driving, operating a vehicle who is targeting, and they're targeting under the fake sun. This is the same 280 North Limit Apartments that the Southwest Airlines are gang stalking at 2 in the afternoon, where the entity is targeting by commercial planes, which is amplified audible activity, while crossing path using planes, aerial surveillance at the same address where I'm showing a pattern of stalking with impossible light activity, light that is targeting me, moving around the surface, and also this sex offender that molests my body with impossible light. This is where surveillance is underway, and surveillance is underway by the demon possessed, and it includes the Ontario Police Department that are a corrupt domestic terrorist organization, not a law enforcement agency. Okay, this is relevant to this same venue.
Where the entity is indeed gang stalking. This is Southwest Airlines.
Southwest Airlines is flying over.
Inside of the library, Fields was gang aiding this sex offender, this terrorist.
This is the same location right here that you're looking at that impossible light activity happening. I've been documenting the pattern of conduct for years, and what I'm documenting, that's terrorism, while the entity is stalking you with light, stalking you under a fake sun, because that's what's connecting everyone and everything in that supernatural environment. This is relevant to the entity that is indeed targeting while crossing path. That is the proper jargon regarding recognizing targeting by a police department like the Ontario Police.
9 MZP 663, and this is federal prison. This is the impunity. They're going to federal prison. Stalking by helicopter all night and gang stalking while they're molesting with impossible light activity. License 1697636. The fake sun's remaining after 6 p.m. That's a Latino male, vehicle 1119.
Okay, and this is where my video dies. The light activity that is moving across the Ontario building, the OVITT Family Community Library, is likened to this light activity that I'm capturing here. This is the pattern of conduct that the Ontario Police are demonstrating. They are demons, and I've documented them on more than one occasion, stalking me with impossible light and stalking an engineered light, which is present under the fake sun and at nightfall. It is criminal surveillance, and it is that which is psychologically torturous behavior that is preceding murder that the entity that is targeting an American citizen has conspired. This is proven through that pattern of conduct, and the entity is doing so absent any constitutional authority. And so I do want to give also big picture regarding targeting. The Ontario Police Department is stalking by helicopter this morning at the Ontario Town Square at 9:46 a.m. and this is what I'm capturing while the fake sun is over me at essentially the same location, 224 North Euclid Avenue, which is across the walkway from the OVITT Family Community Library, and you're looking at the fake sun still over me at this venue, where I've also documented at the Ontario Town Square the fake sun after 6 p.m. where this department is also targeting using helicopters. This is the hallmark of recognizing targeting, and the entity is also doing so, as you can look at a map, and I will show you where the fake sun is rising over me this morning on the street of Euclid Avenue, where this entity is engaged in indeed very specific targeting proven through a supernatural environment. The entity is maintaining the environment around me while I am subject to targeting by the Ontario Police Department specifically, which is also what I documented at 12 o'clock in the morning. This is the same Euclid Avenue. And at 7:17 a.m., the people of the state a population of demons are gang stalking together in a specific environment, all together stalking with impossible light, doing so in vehicles, doing so on foot, doing so while they are sharing a pattern of conduct where the entity keeps a fake sun in alignment to me. And this is Euclid Avenue and C Street. The OVITT Family Community Library is off of Euclid Avenue as well. And this is again 3 hours with the sun being on the same street, where a population of demon-possessed people are violent sex offenders together conspiring the murder of an American citizen that they are gang stalking together. Okay, and just to be clear, let me show you a map where you will see 415 East North Euclid Avenue. This is where the fake sun was present over me, and you're looking at the distance, or the lack of 0.3 miles to walk from what is 415 North Euclid Avenue to 224 North Euclid Avenue, which is the Ontario Town Square. Okay, which the way that I walk straight down this street, and this is the Ontario Town Square right here. This is the C Street where the Ontario police are gang stalking on video, where the people of the state are stalking me, targeting me with impossible light activity. This is the OVITT Family Community Library. The fake sun on this side of the building at 7. The fake sun on this side at the entrance at 10:03 a.m. That is the entity that is stalking under a fake sun. Big picture is that this is where the fake sun is rising at 7:17 in the morning, and on the same street, this is Euclid Avenue right here. Off of Euclid Avenue is the OVITT Family Community Library, where the fake sun is remaining off of the same street. This is again the entity that is keeping the fake sun, as you have looked at my documentation, into the evening. And while I'm capturing this video, I'll go ahead and remind you about what you saw yesterday in the documentation. The documentation of the Ontario police targeting me in the specific environment is the evidence that is serving to disband that department for kidnapping with the intent to obstruct justice while they are targeting with the people of the state. This is the same entrance of the OVITT Family Community Library where that fake sun is present at 6:26 p.m. where this demon of the Ontario Police Department is targeting in concert with the people of the state. And this is intentionally and knowingly while keeping the evidence of targeting me under surveillance. This is harassment. This is domestic terrorism. It is an unlawful threat posed by that entity committing a series of kidnappings with the intent to obstruct justice. And they are demons doing so under a fake sun. All right, this is relevant to the disbanding of the Ontario Police Department, committing kidnappings with the people of the state who are subject to federal prison as well. It is currently, again, September 3rd, 2025. It's 12:13 p.m. at the OVITT Family Community Library, where the entity is engaged in the ongoing pattern of conduct. P.O.C.